And I recognize things in people. It's like the same people that'll be talking all day, avoiding the work, complaining, hiding in the bathroom, what have you, just doing a half-ass job. They're the same exact people when you stop and ask them, you say, well, what do you want to do with your life? What do you actually want to do? It's like, you don't like being here. Like, what plans do you have for your life? You'll ask them and they'll be like it's something they never thought about before. They'll be like, I don't know. I want to be doing something else. And it's just like, the topic of this video today, bro, is called Do Your Best. When I was getting started on my journey, this spiritual journey, this self-growth journey, I started listening to a lot of audiobooks. This was right after I quit my job selling cell phones. One of the best jobs, the highest paying jobs I ever had. I was very good at that job. I just couldn't handle the stress and what I had to do to the people that were coming in there. I'll get into it in another video. But I started listening to audiobooks. I was like, yo, I need a simple job, a job that's flexible, that, that I can do other things while I'm there, like train my mind, which is what I did. I started working in this warehouse and I was an inventory control specialist, just walking through the warehouse, counting things. That job actually did require my mind, but it was like, I could be absent-minded there. And I was just listening to audiobooks. They allowed you to listen to music. Most people were listening to music. I, on the other hand, was listening to audiobooks every day. I'm there for 9 hours every day, a new audiobook every day. Sometimes I would just listen to the same ones. And I'm going to get into the thousands of books that I've read. I'll do a whole video on it one day. Because over these years, probably 8 years working in warehouses, I've consumed thousands of audiobooks because I listen to them every day. I have an Audible subscription. I know how to find free books on YouTube. LibriVox.com has a great resource for free books, but I'm getting off the topic. There's so many resources to find free audiobooks. Sometimes I pay for them. Sometimes if I can't find the one I'm looking for, but I've listened to thousands. I've read thousands. Driving across the country, I've listened to thousands of self-help books. You name it, I probably read it. But one of my first audiobooks was a very short one. One of the first self-improvement people that I ever found was Earl Nightingale. He had this story about back in the 80s, maybe it was the 60s or the 40s, I'm not exactly sure, but it was a platinum selling book. It was about 45 minutes long. It was a record, actually. He went platinum on the record. It was 45 minutes long, and it was called The Strangest Secret. This audiobook changed my mind. It taught me the power of thought. After that, I would go on to read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich because I wanted to learn more about how to use my mind. But back to Earl Nightingale, I became obsessed with Earl Nightingale because the way that his voice was, the things that he talked about in this book, specifically The Strangest Secret, YouTube it. It's on YouTube for free. Very interesting. It talks about the majority of people, how out of 100 people, only 5 of them will become successful. And he goes on to say that people just don't think. The majority of people that you come across, that you walk past every day, they're not thinking about anything. They're not thinking about anything, bro. And this blew my mind. So naturally, I consumed more of his content. I found this program where you could just buy books. It gave me access to probably like 500 audiobooks that were self-help improvement without commercials or anything. And I paid the subscription and I listened to all those books, all of them. Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, you name it. Earl Nightingale was on there. Eckhart Tolle, just anybody. Miguel Ruiz, anybody, bro. I've read all of them. I've read all thousands of audiobooks, thousands. My mind has transformed over the years. Another one of Earl Nightingale's books was a whole series. It was called Lead the Field. And it was just all about success and achieving success. And in one of his stories, he had so many beautiful stories in this series. Earl Nightingale, just check out The Strangest Secret. If you have time, listen to it. It might change your mind, your thought process, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. But in his series, Lead the Field, he shared a story from President Roosevelt, how he was interviewing a candidate for a job. And the question that he asked him was, did you give your best? He asked the candidate, and the candidate answered honestly. He said, no, at your last job. He said, at your last job, did you give your best? That was all he asked him during the interview. And the candidate answered honestly. He said, no, I didn't. And Roosevelt said, why? And the candidate couldn't even answer him. He couldn't even give him an answer. So he asked him again. He said, why didn't you give your best? And the candidate, he had no answer for him. Even though he was there applying for the job, he just had no answer because he didn't give his best. The interview ended right there. And it's just like, I'm working for this company. I'll just call it Titan Corp for now, because I'm going to go into some stories about this company and all the things I've learned here. And I don't want to put them on blast because, like I said, I love working here. I love this job. I think it's the greatest company in the world to work for. That's just my opinion. Because of the way that it works for me being employed here. I've really found my rhythm by being employed at this job. And even though I have my own business going on outside of this place, I have other ways of gathering money. This job works around all of that. So it just goes on to say, anything I ever do, I do the best I can. It's probably from my training, being a football player in high school, keeping an eye on the time here, being a football player in high school, and, you know, the discipline that they make you go through. And I didn't always give my best in football because I wasn't on the starting team. So I always thought, why? What's the point? Just like the people in there. But like this audiobook changed my outlook on that. It really did, because it's just like, you're not giving your best for the company. When you do a half-assed job, you are shortchanging yourself. It's a reflection of things in your life that you are failing at when you do a half-assed job. It's like, I've talked about it before, like the trailer scenario. We pack trailers in our job, in my job sometimes, depending where I'm working in the warehouse. And it's like, you can see almost how people's minds work, how their life is organized by the way the person looks, their appearance. I'm going to do a video on your appearance too. Or just by the way that specific person is stacking their trailer. You know, you'll walk by the trailer to get to your trailer and you'll just see people throwing the items in there, you know, carelessly. They don't care. They're doing a half-assed job. If you ask them, why don't you just, you know, put a little effort into it and make it look neat? They'll say, why? I don't care, you know, and they'll just stand around talking all day. And it's just like, you're training your mind to do other things in your personal life with the same intensity, same organization, same enthusiasm. When actually, to stack a perfect wall, it takes no less effort. It actually makes your job easier if you stack the wall the way that they train you to, because you can see where the next box that you have to put into the wall is going to go. You can look down the line and see what you need. It's almost like predicting the future. And then instead of the wall falling down on itself and you not having anywhere to stack the boxes because you're throwing everything this place and that place, it's like the wall kind of builds itself. It's like you can see the future. You can construct better because you're looking ahead, you're thinking ahead, you're planning, and you're doing it with care. And it's just interesting to me to be able to see that. And it's like, these same people, they'll be like, why are you working so hard? It's like, I'm doing this for me, bro, because I have other things in my life that I'm trying to achieve, and I approach them with the same dedication that I approached this stupid wall with. I know you see this stupid wall. I know you think like, oh, I'm doing all this hard work and I'm not getting paid that much money from this job that I actually need and I keep showing up to, even though I hate being here and I'm not going to give my best. But it's just like, I'm training my mind to succeed in other areas of my life. It'll be the same exact people who are standing around talking, who are hiding in the bathroom, who are asking me why I'm working so hard when they're saying, yo, bro, just chill. The manager ain't even around right now. I'm not doing it for them. It'll be these same people that get mad at me because I take 20 days off or leave of absence and I go on vacation to another country and I come back and they're looking at me sideways. I don't have a lot of responsibilities that other people have. I don't got a wife. I don't got kids. I don't have a lot of responsibilities that other people have. And I have designed my life in a way to allow me the flexibility and freedom. And again, that's why I work at this job, because it allows me flexibility and freedom to do the things that I want to do. If I don't want to show up tomorrow, I don't have to show up tomorrow, and I don't got to call nobody and tell them that I'm not coming in tomorrow. I can just not show up. And it's like a beautiful thing. As long as I manage my time appropriately, I can do what I want to do. So my point in making this video today is to inspire you to do your best. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you hate your job. We all hate our jobs. But when you do your best, it's a reflection of you. You show other people that aren't your managers, that are working alongside of you, that may need help in a personal project that they're doing, that you're dependable, that you're reliable, that they can trust you. And you are conditioning your mind and your body to do the best in your life. You're trying to tell me the person who is building out a half-ass trailer, who's throwing boxes all over the place, that someone else who's receiving the trailer has to unpack, and you're making it more dangerous for them. These packages are going to someone else. They're going to someone's home. You're trying to tell me this person, when they leave here, they're putting the best care into their house, that their house looks perfectly in order? I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. Everything is connected. That's another thing that I'm glad I just touched on, that is that these boxes that we're packing, they're going to another warehouse, and someone has to unpack these items in order to send them to where they have to go. And I'm sure that when this truck makes a big old wide turn, that, you know, the packages in there, they're shifting and turning as well. And how many of these boxes are getting damaged? At the end of the day, I don't really care, but it's just like, what goes around comes around. Karma is real. The universe is watching. People wonder why they're not achieving the things that they achieve in their life. And it's because you haven't shown to life that you're ready to receive more. Life is always testing you. And it's just like, when you give your best, life is going to give you more. This is just something that I've seen in my own personal life that has just proven itself to me over and over. Moments when I thought nobody was watching, people were watching. Life was watching. Life is always watching. The universe doesn't miss anything. It might take 10 years to come back to you. It might take your whole life to come back to you. But trust me, she never forgot. The universe never forgot. I have to get back inside, y'all, but my message to you today is do your best. It's not for the company. It's for you. You're training your mind. You're training your body. You're forming a habit of always doing your best. And it will naturally overflow into other areas of your life so that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. We all have things that we want to achieve, except for those people that you stop and ask what they want to do with their life, and they have no idea. Blows my mind every time. Whoever you're working with, who's complaining about their job, who's hiding in the bathroom, who complains about the pay, who ain't doing nothing, stop one day and ask that person what they want to do with their life. And look at their work ethic that they put into the job that they're already performing. And ask yourself if you could see that person achieving that outcome that they desire, if they even have a desire. My name is Pentley Holmes. I'm a singer-songwriter in pursuit of a wild dream. If you want to learn more about me, feel free to check me out on my website. It's pentleyholmes.com. If for some reason you want to get in touch with me, go ahead and slide into my DMs on the Instagram at Pentley Holmes, or you can hit that email button right below my tagline, In Pursuit of a Wild Dream. I hope you have a blessed day. And remember, do your best. Give your best. Be your best. Peace.